regarding the cultural debates over especially Malaysia and Indonesia, I think it's one of the most apparent debates in Southeast Asia. We have to settle at one point because the debate is never gonna end. Yeah, identities are important, but being able to work together as a whole nation, continent, or humanity is more important because we have a lot of new problems as well, right?
Hey everyone, Ben Fisherman here. Today I have a special video. I am in central Jakarta in Indonesia. I'm here with some government staff and I'm going to have them introduce themselves and give you some more details about who they are.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Tommy, and I'm the head of the sub-department of Spatial Planning and Public Works for Central Jakarta City. And I would like to introduce my colleague here is Mr. Budiono as the head of the building permit sections, and Mr. Sujarwoko as the head of the administrative sections, and Mr. Johnny Setiawan as the head of the spell planning section. Okay, and I would like to return this microphone back to Ben to further interview, inshallah.
So, first question. Does Indonesia plan to make a shift toward speaking English as a primary language throughout the country?
Makasih. Saya akan menjawab dengan bahasa Indonesia terkait bahasa Inggris sebagai bahasa primary, bahasa utama. Saya pikir untuk di Indonesia bahasa Inggris sebenarnya dijadikan sebagai bahasa untuk meningkatkan keterampilan dalam rangka untuk Jakarta sebagai kita untuk keterampilan kita menerima tamu-tamu negara ataupun dengan percaturan perekonomian global sekarang mungkin diperlukan suatu keterampilan terkait bahasa Inggris. Jadi itu mungkin pendapat saya. Jadi mungkin tidak dijadikan sebagai bahasa utama dalam artian karena kita kan punya bahasa Indonesia secara nasionalisme kan kita tetap ada, tapi bahasa Inggris tetap dijadikan sebagai alat untuk meningkatkan keterampilan untuk mempererat budaya. Mungkin itu dari saya. Okay, thank you.
Okay, the second question here. So, just for reference, I made these questions with my Malaysian audience in mind, trying to think of topics that will be useful and interesting for Malaysian audience, but also for myself, things I wanted to know, and things that I think even my Western audience would be interested in. Second question. In both Indonesia and Malaysia, we often see passionate debates over cultural elements like food and traditional clothing. Why do you think these cultural claims are so important to people? And what steps can be taken to foster a sense of shared appreciation rather than competition?
Baik, terima kasih. Saya akan coba jawab pertanyaan ini di dalam bahasa Indonesia. Kenapa seperti itu jadi perdebatan panjang mengenai klaim terkait budaya, misalnya di makanan dan pakaian. Karena begini, bangsa kita, bangsa Indonesia itu sangat menghargai budayanya gitu. Jadi ketika itu dirasakan sebagai bagian dari budaya kita, terus diklaim oleh bangsa lain, negara lain, terutama Malaysia dalam hal ini, itu kita seakan terusik gitu loh, bahwa itu warisan nenek moyang kita gitu. Jadi kenapa itu kita begitu penting menanggapi hal itu? Karena itu bagian dari rasa cinta kita gitu, rasa memiliki kita terhadap budaya yang kita miliki. Kira-kira seperti itu. Kemudian kenapa itu jadi bagian semacam pemikiran itu sebetulnya sebagai satu penghargaan lah, apresiasi kan, penghargaan kita terhadap warisan dari nenek moyang kita, bahwa kita itu begitu tinggi, begitu besar, begitu luar biasanya gitu, menghasilkan suatu mahakarya yang kiranya perlu kita banggakan baik hari ini, esok maupun di masa mendatang. Kira-kira itu jawaban dari saya. Thank you.
So, my follow-up to that would be, if it's such historical data, essentially, why are Malaysian people then insistent that certain dishes, for example, certain cuisines, certain foods, are theirs or originated from them?
kalau saya melihatnya gini, Malaysia itu ya tadi seperti yang kita lihat ya. Karena semuanya itu arahnya kepada ekonomi. Di mana apa yang diperdebatkan, apa yang diklaim itu mempunyai nilai ekonomi gitu loh. Padahal kalau kita tarik lagi ke belakang, kenapa itu sebetulnya kalau dianggap memang itu sebagian dari budaya Indonesia yang memang secara keseluruhan itu budaya Melayu secara umum, karena kita berangkatnya sebelum terpecah itu kan seperti satu kesatuan kerajaan besar gitu di Melayu. Sebetulnya kita bisa lihat ke belakang dan ke depannya gitu. Kalau kita ke belakang, kita dari satu budaya, satu akar budaya yang sama. Kemudian ke depannya kita lihat kenapa klaim itu lebih lebih, kalau menurut saya itu sebetulnya haknya Indonesia. Kenapa? Kita lihat dalam perjalanannya seperti wayang kulit saja. Kan diklaim sama Malaysia wayang kulit adalah bagian daripada budaya Malaysia. Kita lihat sekarang apakah ada pagelaran wayang kulit di Malaysia? Kan tidak ada gitu loh. Dan kalaupun ada itu pasti orang-orang Jawa yang ada di sana. Sedangkan di Indonesia boleh dibilang mungkin di daerahnya Pak Joni gitu. Tiap tahun tuh pasti ada pagelaran wayang kulit gitu loh. Dan itu rutin. Iya, bisa juga di radio, di televisi mungkin tiap malam minggu itu dipagelarkan gitu. Itu kan bagian dari ya itulah Indonesia gitu. Seperti itu satu sisi. Wayang kulit, kemudian batik. Kita lihat pembatik di Malaysia berapa banyak sih? Kalau lihat di Pulau Jawa, nggak usah jauh sampai Sumatera, Kalimantan, atau Irian, Sulawesi. Di Pulau Jawa, di Jakarta saja, di Setiabudi itu masih ada pembatik, Pak. Gitu. Orang kan bingung, di Jakarta katanya ada batik, ada di Setiabudi, kita boleh kunjungi di sana gitu. Ya itu salah satu mungkin gambaran bahwa ya itu memang layak gitu. Itu bagian dari kita, bagian daripada budaya kita. Nah, terkait dengan ekonomi, ketika itu sudah mendunia, orang lain tahu gitu. Misalnya batik itu memang tradisi ya. Itu nilai ekonominya tinggi gitu di luar. Ketika itu jadi produk dianggap sebagai satu produk negara tertentu, otomatis kan itu berdampak ekonomi gitu, termasuk budaya juga. Tapi boleh dibilang semua sebagian besar, terutama di Eropa ya tahu bahwa wayang kulit udah pasti Indonesia. Karena kayak di Den Haag, di Belanda itu ada gamelan, seperangkat gamelan plus wayang kulit. Jadi sudah tahu bukan dari Malaysia. Kira-kira itu gambarannya kalau menurut saya. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we'll move on to the third question, something a little less controversial, yeah? This one is, so Indonesia is moving its capital city from Jakarta to Nusantara, yeah? So what is the economic impact of this move, and how will it affect Indonesia's role in the global arena over the next few decades?
Makasih. Dan untuk perpindahan ibu kota Jakarta menjadi ke Nusantara, dampak terhadap Jakarta insya Allah akan lebih baik. Segi ekonomi insya Allah akan lebih baik karena akan lebih stabil, jauh dari hiruk pikuk keramaian demo-demo politik dan segala macam. Insya Allah Jakarta akan lebih baik ke depannya, segi perekonomian, wisata dan sosial dan budaya ini akan lebih baik. Dan untuk bersaing ke kancah internasional insya Allah juga bisa bersaing seperti tadi yang disampaikan, insya Allah.
Okay, so that was all three questions. Now we're actually going to ask the same three questions to the third generation, because this is the second generation, so significantly younger, demographic working here, and we're going to see the different perspective that they have with the same questions, with these same topics.
This one is the planning section,
Okay.
and this one over here is the building, government building section concerning about the development and the maintenance. And then next is here is the building permit section.
Okay.
And then the last one here is the government building section as well, concerning about the planning.
Okay.
For the recommendation for building.
Okay.
Government building section. Okay. So
All
then
right.
now, as you see now here, Most of them are our, let's say, our third generations.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
they are all young, 24, 25 years maybe.
Sure.
Some of them, Duiko, you can come here. He can speak English very well. As
Okay,
well.
okay.
And I would like to ask some of them who can speak English very well.
Maybe 3 total?
Excuse me.
2 or 3 in total?
Three, yeah. Two
Okay.
or three in total.
Hello.
Hi,
How are you? Good?
I'm
good, I'm good.
My name is Ben.
Ben. Where are you from?
New York.
Oh, New York.
Yeah. Living in Kuala Lumpur now.
Oh, Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah. Okay, we're back here now with the third generation of Indonesia. And we're going to start with the question about the capital city. So, Indonesia is moving its capital city from Jakarta to Nusantara. What is the economic impact of this move? And how will it affect Indonesia's role in the global arena over the next few decades?
Perkenalkan, nama saya Sasikarani Dina Alifa. Di sini saya mau menjawab terkait pemindahan ibu kota negara ke IKN. Nah, kalau menurut saya sendiri sih itu suatu pandangan yang menurut saya bagus karena jadi Jakarta jadi lebih fokus untuk global bisnisnya, lebih ke arah bisnisnya, sedangkan di IKN lebih ke pemerintahannya. Jadi pemerataannya tidak hanya terpusat di daerah sekitar Jawa karena Indonesia itu menurut saya sangat luas, sehingga kalau pusat pemerintahan kita berada di posisi yang lebih center, lebih posisinya lebih ke bagian pusat dan dapat menjangkau sekitar yang tempat lainnya, sehingga menurut saya bisa menjadi pemerataan yang bagus untuk Indonesia. Jadi untuk pemerintah pusat fokusnya juga lebih bisa memfokuskan diri, maksudnya melihat secara langsung tanpa harus berjauh-jauh untuk mencapai lokasi tersebut, karena pusatnya kan cukup jauh. Kalau di Jakarta posisinya lebih ke bawah dan paling di ujung. Jadi pemerataannya saya merasa juga walaupun ini masih proses berjalan, untuk masyarakat sekitar di sana sudah mengalami dampak yang bagus juga, dari segi misal kayak barang-barang yang mereka butuhkan, dari segi biasanya harga terlalu mahal ya untuk daerah-daerah sana, mereka sudah mengalami penurunan harga, sehingga mereka lebih dapat untuk dengan mudah mendapatkan barang-barang yang mereka mau, dan sehingga barang-barang yang mereka mau tidak hanya dari Jakarta pusatnya, jadi lebih memeratakan seperti itu.
Okay, next question. Will Indonesia make a shift toward using English as a primary language?
Let me introduce myself. My name is Dimas Wahyu, and I want to answer the question about the importance of English. Yes, we know and we are already facing that English is a primary language that already used as a working language, and Indonesia has used to be knowing so well about English. But for the primary language, I mean the official language, that it will be used in the diplomatic or the official ceremonial agenda, I don't think it's will be implemented soon, because as we know that both English and Indonesia is a lingua franca, so it's unite the most language among the tribes, and they united in the one language. And I think Indonesia and English both having a same condition, and I think it's important to maintain the Indonesian language and also English as English to be the global language, how we spoke to other people, and Indonesia as the one to maintain our identity in the era of globalism. I think it's all.
Okay, and just a quick follow-up question because I'm a bit curious. So other countries like Singapore, Malaysia, they really went primarily English, or it's like one of their main languages, right? And taught in elementary school from an early age. I'm wondering if you think that will it ever happen again in Indonesia in the future? Do you think that that's something that will be adapted here again?
About the practice that happen in other country, yes, I think it's good to make the language the global language as English. We can spoke as the primary language, but if we go to Singapore, and we know that Singapore still preserve the Malay, Tamil, and also to maintain their multiculturality and the identity of they are not English, but they are the Malay in the Malay archipelago, and they want to preserve it. And I think the main idea about why Indonesia is a primary language, not English. Rather than English is also using as the working language in many places, that we want to preserve the identity, the something that unite among all people regarding their background or their condition.
Okay, and the last question here. In both Indonesia and Malaysia, we often see passionate debates about culture elements like food, traditional clothing. Why do you think these cultural claims are so important to people? And what steps can be taken to foster a sense of shared appreciation instead of competition?
Hi, my name is Dwiko, and regarding the cultural debates over especially Malaysia and Indonesia, I think it's one of the most apparent debates in Southeast Asia. When we talk about the more essential aspect of humanity, we love identities, whether it is a religion or cultural or administrative, like a nation, race, yeah, even food, because food is obviously a big part of humanity, right? We love identities, and we hate to see our identities being ripped off from our skin. So I think those are very important to Indonesian and Malaysian, like the traditional clothings, the batik, and then the food. We all love when the food that is being made in our homes are being regarded so highly internationally. Like rendang. Rendang is, as far as I can remember, it's regarded as one of the most delicious food in the world by, I think, CNN or something. We love to see that our thing gets appreciated. So when it is taken off from us, of course we hate it. And I think cultural appreciation is really important because it's it's the same as like cultural appropriation. That's the thing, right? In the West, even like how like how African attributes are being are being worn by people. For example, in Europe or in America, and they do it incorrectly or falsely. Of course, a lot of people are going to be offended, but I think we have to settle at one point because the debate is never going to end. We have to settle at one point, and then we have to just just separate the cultural thing and the other thing. We don't have to bring cultural problems into economy or into education or into another multilateral things that we can actually be working together on. I mean, we don't have to be enemies at all aspects. Let cultural debates. For example, if UNESCO wants to mediate this thing, if they want to to identify where the root is, to identify the writings, the ancient records, let them do their thing. But we can work together in other aspects. We don't have to. We don't have to cut ties over one or two things, right? We're still one Southeast Asia, one flag, the Asian, right? So we have to really be wise. Like my superior said that we have to be wise if we're truly the creator of the clothing or the food. We're the mother, right? So we have to be wise, and we have to separate problems. If this is a problem, okay, but this problem does not have to affect other things in our lives, because we could be getting a lot of benefits, or a whole tons of benefits if we work together. because Asian as a continent is still have a lot to work on compared to East Asian or compared to Europe or compared to America. So I think in this day and age, yeah, identities are important, but being able to work together as a whole nation, continent, or humanity is more important because we have a lot of new problems as well, right? Yeah, I think that's it. Working together is key for us to tackle a lot of problems, including the more important ones, such as environment or war, so and so on. I think that's it from me.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll quickly ask a follow up because I asked a follow up to your superiors, to the second gen as well. And I said, in your opinion or in general, why do you think, for example, like Malaysia claims certain things, wants to claim certain things, and is so adamant in claiming that it's their own and like they believe it's so deeply in their mind? Where do you think that comes from, and why do you think the controversy even started? Is it pride, or is it something more than that, do you think?
Yeah, in my opinion, it's different thing for different people, right? For let's see it as a pyramid like structure. The bottom ones are should I say the grassroots people. I think, in my opinion, it's mostly pride. It's mostly just pride because they don't think too far. They just know that this is our thing, this is our flag, this is our clothing or food, and we don't want you to claim it. It's ours. That's one thing, right? A lot of people, it's simply just pride, I think. But for the middle and for the upper, batik clothing and food, it's tourism, right? It's tourism, and yeah, commodities. People go here because they want to wear the clothing. People go here because they want to eat the food. People go here because they want the local delicacies, the local things, our signatures, right? And tourism can be derived into economy, right? Tourism is a huge economy, especially in Indonesia, Bali, especially. People all from all around the world go there. They want to try the culture. They want to wear the clothing. They want to eat the food, and so on. So it's different thing for different people, but I think it's quite huge because tourism is huge. That's why a lot of people have a lot of reason to claim a lot of things. That's why they're so adamant about that. Like you said, of course. Yeah, I think, and economy is a big part, right? Every country is competing right now globally, and it's more intense than ever. So every edge they can take, they will take it. It's just humane, I think. It's not inherently wrong or inherently right. I think it's just the way human operates, basically. Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Awesome. All right, I think that pretty much wraps up everything. Unless you guys have anything else you want to add at all on any of the subjects.
No.
I think all the answers were good. I think this is really good. I'd like to actually ask similar questions to government in Malaysia, just to get all of the perspectives and approach it from like a completely unbiased standpoint. So otherwise, yeah, I think that's it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, of course. Drop a thumbs up on the video. Always helpful. Don't laugh. Thanks for watching. And yeah, catch you in the next video.